Hey Toy Addicts, this is Jody. I have a toy haul for you today, and I know I haven't done a toy haul in like a dog's age, but it just seems like I haven't had anything, like enough stuff all at one time to do a fun toy haul. I've just been picking up like one thing here and there, and it's, but I went to a couple sales this weekend and I found some awesome stuff. So I'm gonna do a haul. And we're going to start out with this super cool Cookie Monster bank from the 80s. I only paid 25 cents for him. And he's a lot of fun. Look at that Cookie Monster. You could hold all kinds of pennies in there. Or cookies, whichever you please. I also found some strawberry shortcake stuff at these sales. I got a Huckleberry Pie doll. He doesn't have his right shoes on, but he has his hat and he has his huckleberries on his hat, and these tend to get lost, so he was a pretty good find. And then I got a butter cookie doll, and I actually didn't get her for her. She was in a bag with a strawberry shortcake pet that I actually don't have in front of me right now, which was what I wanted to get. And so she came along. And these aren't things these here anyway aren't things I need. These are things that are going to go for eBay, but they are still cool finds. This is an Almond Tea Party Pleaser doll. You can tell she's a party pleaser because of her fancy dress. The regular Almond Tea has pants on. She's not going to stand up, so I'm going to set her down. And then she had a raspberry tart hat on, so the wrong hat, but still. Should be fun. Fisher Price Rock-A-Stack. Do you remember these from when you were a kid? Maybe from when you were a baby? These are a lot of fun, and this is a vintage one, number 627. That's a low number, so you know that's a vintage one. I just thought she was kind of interesting. She's by a company called Firenze, made in Italy. And she has a cute little urn with her, or a little tea kettle or something. And she's still in her box, probably 50s, so I thought she was kind of neat, and somebody would be interested in her. Jenny doll, made by Vogue Dolls. She still has her little gold heart on her. These were actually Dakin at the time. And she's got her complete outfit on, and her hair, I don't know if you can tell there, but her hair is still in the hairnet, which is kind of cool. And a redhead doll is a little bit harder to find. These Jenny dolls aren't too sought after, but some of them are a lot of fun. With Water Lion King book, and the paint with waters, I don't think they do it anymore, but all you did was basically use a regular like kids paintbrush, and you can see on this page they did it. You just get it wet and all the colors are already there, so it's like you can do a perfect painting. So you can see like all the little light blues. If you got that wet, that turns all into a darker, you know, blue color, and it's like watercolors on there, so once you get it wet it spreads around. Although usually as a kid you use too much paint or too much water, and then it kind of ended up being a little bit of a mess of the pink colors going everywhere. But there's a lot of really fun images in here. Here is another strawberry shortcake item. This is actually a puzzle, a 100-piece puzzle, and it's still sealed. This is the strawberry shortcake from 1991 instead of the 80s. It's when for like part of 1991 and part of 1992, probably not even a whole year, they had some new strawberry shortcake stuff. One line of dolls and a few fun accessories and stuff. And These don't sell well, but I didn't have this one, so this will be part of my collection. This little doll here, her name's Susie. She's by a company, Baby Susie. She's by a company called Uranium. I just thought it was interesting, and I think I paid 10 cents for her, so I went ahead and grabbed her. And I'm sure someone's looking for her. I've never had one of those before, but I thought she was neat looking. I grabbed this little Tweety bird. It's interesting because you can see he's got a little hat there, which is cute, and he's standing on top of a manhole cover, and then there's like a little star in the front. It's a little trinket box. There's nothing inside. Let me open it for you. You can see there's nothing inside. It's really shallow, so I don't know what you could put in there, but maybe earrings or something. And he has his tag still, but yeah, I thought that was kind of fun. Grabbed another 1991 strawberry shortcake item. This is a doll. Now these, for a while they were selling really well. Right now, this is maybe $20. But this one is actually from Canada. So it has both languages on it, and then it's actually made by a different company. These were made by, I believe, Just Toys, but this one's made by Grand Toys in Canada. So that makes it a little bit more different and interesting. I have one of these on the card, the regular one, so I'm probably going to be selling this one. Actually, I think I already listed it. Did I already list this? I think I did. Would be tempted to keep it, but I do have her, and I'm okay with not having like all the foreign versions of something. I got another fun Lion King item. This is a Lion King mini Pride Rock playset. So this is sort of Polly Pocket style, where you have the little compact. So this like Pride Rock closes up, and then you have the little figures. So that's a fun one. They're teeny tiny little figures. So I have had some of these in the past, but you usually don't find them with the figures because those little figures are so easy to lose, and they're kind of difficult to get all three of them to fit in there when it closes. So if you can't put them back in there when it closes, you know, they're just gonna get set somewhere and get separated. And oh, here's that other pet that came with the butter cookie. This is the Sweet Sleeper version of Blueberry Muffin's Cheesecake Mouse. And I actually didn't have this. So I paid $4 for the butter cookie doll and the Cheesecake Mouse together. And I'll keep the Cheesecake Mouse, and I will sell the little butter cookie. This guy I thought was real cute. It's Baloo. He's dressed as a pilot in this little bomber jacket here and scarf and little pilot's hat and goggles. He, I'm thinking he's probably from Tailspin, is my guess. And his little khaki shirt. His nose is messed up a little bit, but not too bad. He's really cute. And then this cute little Alice. I think she's supposed to be a finger puppet. There's a hole in the bottom. Little finger puppet Alice. She is Mr. Snuffleupagus Snuffy's sister from Sesame Street. That's his baby sister. Another like Polly Pocket style compact. This one is Minnie Mouse. And you can open this one up, and you can see it's just like the Polly Pockets, where it's like a compact, and then this is like in space. There's the inside of the spaceship here, space shuttle, and there's a little Earth there you can see. Behind it there, you can see some of the other planets. And then this is like the surface of a planet, I guess, on the inside. It didn't come with any of the figures, though, unfortunately, which would have been really cute. This is probably like 89 or 90. And then I found this bear, which is the mom from Brave. Isn't she cute? It's really heavy. Like, they tried to, I think, make it seem like it was made out of wood. It's not. It's like a resin, but it's really heavy. And then just like the way they did the features and stuff. Dollhouse stuff, which I think I'm going to do a separate video for because I got a bunch of it. And but one of the dollhouse things was this tiny little miniature dollhouse. And I'm actually going to use this in my Strawberry Shortcake Berry Happy Home, because one of the pieces of furniture for Strawberry Shortcake's house is a little dollhouse that looks like the Berry Happy Home, which is yellow with a red roof like this, but actually it's pink and yellow with a red roof, but anyway, that costs, you know, over $100 when you can find it on eBay. And y'all know I got a $25 limit, so instead, for $1, I got this little one, and it'll have to do for now. It's the right colors, and it's super cute. Okay, I had to clear off my space so you guys could see what I got here. I got some Cat in the Hat stickers. I actually probably got these to use at school around Dr. Seuss time or whenever, but I thought those were cute. And this is actually an Avon toy. So you've seen maybe seen my other videos where I've gotten Avon stuff, and most Avon stuff does not go for a ton of money. The vintage stuff, you know, people collected it because they thought that it was going to be collectible, and anything that's kind of, you know, like Beanie Babies, like that, there's just so much of it out there that it doesn't end up really being worth anything. But the exception to that with Avon stuff from the 70s is typically the stuff for kids, because people bought it and their kids used it, you know, they used it and they had fun with it. So not all kids stuff, but some kids stuff is, you know, can be worth something. So this kit, it's called Splashdown, and it's, like you can see from the picture, it's like a space capsule, and it's actually a ring toss game for the bathtub. And then inside it's actually bubble bath, which this is actually still full. And then you can tell it's never been used because the rings, there's more rings for it here for the ring toss game, and these are still sealed in their package. So it's a bathtub toy, plus it's a bubble bath bottle. So someone will like that. Plus it's like a space memorabilia kind of thing. So someone will be happy to get that. They have a lot of like lipstick and makeups and perfumes and stuff that are specifically made for little girls. Like Miss Lollipop and stuff, that those can be good finds. I grabbed a Lego base, and I know that Lego bases sometimes can do pretty well. I didn't check out the comps on this, but I figure that somebody will want it. For $1 I paid for it. It'll be all right. Just because it's a fun one. I wouldn't mostly, you know, pick up just like a single, like flat green or blue Lego base or whatever. But this has like mountains and streams and stuff, so I'll check it out. I just thought these were kind of fun. They are Star Trek Pop Series cards, and they're pop-up cards. So I thought those would be fun. They're still sealed up in their packages, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure if they're very old or anything. Maybe from the 80s or 90s. Pop-up cards were really popular at gift shops in the late 80s or 90s. But I just thought they were kind of neat. This little gal here is a Rose O'Neil original Kewpie doll, Mini Cupes. So it's a tiny little Kewpie doll. It looks like it's from 2000, but still on its card and stuff. I grabbed it at Goodwill for $1.99. I thought somebody has been looking for this. I can even find comps on it on eBay, so it'll be interesting to see. I'll have to try Thrift Shop Hustlers High-Low on this, because I know people love their Kewpie dolls. It's not like it's a vintage one or anything, but maybe because it's original doll and it's a special line, people might be interested in it. This I just thought was fun. It's a die-cast miniature globe, and it's one of those pencil sharpeners. And you see these once in a while. I don't often see them in their boxes, so I picked that up. That might be a good Etsy item. I picked up this super fun Cabbage Patch doll with her tongue sticking out. She's got the corn silk hair with the ringlets, and then this really good dress with the matching panties. She's got some shoes on, but those definitely not her shoes. Those are later Cabbage Patch shoes for sure. And she is probably, you can see she's got her Cabbage Patch logo, that this is a Coleco dress, probably a Coleco doll from, you know, mid-80s. Her face needs a little cleaning up, but I think I can do that. She looks like a lot of fun. I like these ringlets. They're wild. They're all over. Her whole head's covered in these ringlets. So this one I wanted to show you, but it's not something I would typically get. I do not usually mess with porcelain dolls at all, but this one is actually a Little House on the Prairie doll. And not just any of the Little House on the Prairie dolls, but it's the Laura doll. So she's pretty cute, and she doesn't go for high money, maybe around $20 or $25. But most porcelain dolls, again, like I was saying before, it's one of those things that people collected because they were collectible, and there's just bajillions of them out there, and there's a lot of low quality ones. Some of them are collectible, some of them are, you know, pretty good, but for the most part I don't pick up porcelain dolls. Now of course if you find Strawberry Shortcake porcelain dolls, that's a different story. And ones that are specific characters that you know, like Little House on the Prairie, can be good. When I was looking up these, there were a lot that some of the other characters that didn't sell well, like Mary didn't sell well, and Carrie and Ma. Now I did see one of the Paw doll, and he sold for about $140, I think it was. So he might be a good one to find. But I just love Little House on the Prairie, so it would be hard for me to resist not picking this up and at least owning it for a little while. This I picked up at Goodwill yesterday. I found him, and actually found his mouth as a separate part. This Goodwill notoriously has lots of toys, but so much toys that sometimes you just can't see everything, you know, and there's just so much trash in there too and stuff that it's hard to see what everything is. And so I was hoping if I dug around some I could find some more of his parts, but I didn't. But this is actually Jaws from the Jaws game. There was actually like a kids game for Jaws because, you know, back in the day, let's promote horror movies to 6-year-olds. But I guess in the game there was like all kinds of loot that would be inside of Jaws, and you had to somehow try and get it out. I'm not really sure how it worked, but I don't know, I might end up keeping this because I think it's so cool. And if you didn't know about me, I'm a huge horror movie fan, so Jaws, I mean, you gotta love Jaws. This big thing here is a tree house. It's pretty dirty. I'm gonna have to clean it up, but it's a tree house for the characters Blinkins. If you remember, Blinkins were from, I believe they were from the late 80s. They weren't something that I got into as a kid, but they are kind of cute and fun. And this is their tree house. And it has a lot of the parts. I don't know if it has all the parts. I'm going to have to try and do some research on it. When I'm going for trying to figure out parts and pieces and stuff, there's a couple of things I do. Firstly, well, you've seen on my my YouTube channel here that I scan and put up little doll catalogs and car catalogs and different kind of toy catalogs. And that's one of the ways that I do research, is I look for those catalogs and then I go through the pictures in the catalogs, because that's usually kind of the best way to see how they originally were intended to be together. And then if I can't find one of those, then I will go on this website that's called Ghost of the Doll. And on their website, they have tons of the 80s and early 90s doll lines and stuff, and lots of pictures from them, from the booklets, from the back of the packaging, or from the dolls out themselves. And so that's a really good one to do research on too, is Ghost of the Doll. And I'll put the link to that down below, and maybe a couple of other websites that I go to too. I actually have like a whole list of links to doll websites and stuff that I go to that help me put sets together and figure out what things are. So hopefully when I get this all cleaned up, it'll look a lot nicer, and somebody who collects Blinkins will be excited to get it. I do have a couple of other things that I think I'm going to do separate videos for. There's a video already up for a Polly Pocket that I found, and I'm not going to show it to you here because it's already packaged up and sent off because I already sold it. So you can look at that. And then I also have a Strawberry Shortcake Berry Bake Shop from 1991 that I bought, and I'm going to do a separate video for that too. So check those out. Thanks for watching this huge long haul, guys. Comment down below what was your favorite thing from this haul. I mean, I love all the Strawberry Shortcake stuff, of course. That's a given what my favorite is going to be. But I actually think, other than the Strawberry Shortcake, I think it's the Jaws. I think he's pretty cool. Make sure and give me a thumbs up on the video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I have lots of fun haul videos and videos of all kinds of fun nostalgic and new toys. And I will see you next time. Bye!